everyone. Welcome back to Savannah by Night here on the Midnight Dispatch. And I'm very happy to say it is, of course, not the only thing we do on this channel, as Iskra, I believe you have an announcement.
I do indeed. Although our lovely Miss Kate Fulton, aka Dreamy Kind of Day, is out today, she does have an announcement for us. Out on the roof, there arose such a clatter. Join GM Dreamy, Iskra, and friends, as well as our beloved Sam running things behind the scenes, right here on Thursday, December 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, for some zany festive fun as a ragtag group of familiars have to deliver presents and save Christmas. So, yes, we have a Christmas special coming up, everyone. There will be friends from across our streaming communities. Top Down Tabletop's going to be here. We've got some bards in New York, some marquee gaming. It's going to be lovely. So, yes, come see us.
And of course, you can find Dreamy on Tuesdays. Oh God, the name's escaping me. Top Down Tabletop, but I'm struggling with the name of the game. It's been a long day. Apologies,
Is it
folks.
Tides of Somali or is that the other one?
Embers and Arcanum?
That's one of those two.
Oh God, I feel so bad now. Dreamy, say it in
She
chat
is
for
in
me.
Embers and Arcanum.
Yeah, there.
Uh, I had it written down earlier and then I forgot about it. Apologies.
When we all come together, we eventually
We are
these.
one cohesive, functioning individual as a unit.
And also, I'm now seeing that Dreamy put it in the chat. But yes.
And Sam, where can we find you on Fridays?
You can find me at twitch.tv/smuggles11. I'm going to be finishing up Go Home Annie, and then probably continuing with my Hades 2 run. It's been a little bit since I've actually been able to go through. So we'll see if I remember how to play the game at all. But we'll be doing that a little bit earlier in the day, but we will be on, so see you there.
Just as long as you remember which one you were trying to romance, the rest finds a way.
The good news is, theoretically, I can romance all of them, so there's no way
I
to
cast Greater
forget.
Polycool. Not hearing a no. Martel, where can we find you monthly on Fridays?
Monthly on Fridays. In fact, the end of this month, the 28th, we are playing Star Wars over at Knights of Silver Moon. Still got a lot of orphan problems, unfortunately, which we're hoping to solve in this next game. After that, there are some suspicious individuals that have given our names to the Empire, and we need to tell them with our fists and guns that was not the very nice thing to do.
Terrible. Love it. Okay. If there are no other announcements, well then, let's tell a fucking vampire story, shall we? Last time on Savannah by Night, the New Bloods continued their precarious high wire act of trying to behave with decorum among the high and mighty of the court of Chatham County while out at the opera surrounded by the mortal populace. Luckily, most faux pas were minor. Cora continued her small yet consistent and perhaps even subconscious move towards group building by organizing a group photo and, on a more subtle level, tried to even include Ellie. Though Poppy had accidentally instigated the attention of the sheriff in the process, but she at least appeared to be left no worse for wear this time. Ellie, on the other hand, was swift to try and meet with Ava Lash, but they may have finally realized the nature of their multiple leashes in that moment. Artem made good use of who he was sitting with to garner some insights into his own abilities. And Kate, who had been prepared well in advance with how to play the game in this environment, was fully in her element, ending with companionable silence on the docks of Wormslow. But now, it's Friday. 2 nights have passed since the opera at the Johnny Mercer Theater. It's time to check back in on our young vampires. Let's do a bit of bookkeeping before we get to anything else, shall we? Your nightly blood expenditure. We will only be counting the nights on which we are actually actively portraying the story, not the intervening evenings. So please remove 1. And if you're planning to be around mortals this evening and you do not have the requisite merit, you may want to spend blood now. Everybody taken care of there? Willpower. 1 is regained automatically. But if you are in deficit, I will gladly hear arguments now. No. Ellie didn't end up using more willpower that night?
Shockingly, no.
That is a shock. Now, experience. You should have an additional 2 added to your sheet. We can, of course, go over the exact number at a later date. But if Dreamy is watching in chat, she might be the best person to have the tally going at the moment.
I do believe we have 17 at this point.
Okay. Everybody good there so far? Okay. Well, there are, of course, scenes planned for each and every one of you on the current evening. Are there any small vignettes that you need to get through over the course of those 2 evenings that you'd like to quickly visit, or any little small plans that you engaged with, any little forays into hunting or simply spending time with your little, how do we put this, nighttime nipple friend, aka Heidi?
Oh my.
Poppy will put some time into finding, I think there's like a montage moment where Poppy will take Heidi to the mall to find her a fancy dress.
Mhm.
And it would be like a cute little like try this one on, haha, yay. Which to Helena sounds like a terrible time, but it's cute.
We'll have a
Because
modern cover
Heidi,
of Dress You Up in My Love.
yes, exactly. And yeah, just with the kind of I think Poppy wants to kind of play fairy godmother to Heidi just a little bit.
So her patron.
Just for yeah, a little bit.
Are there any perks along with that particular arrangement?
A little blood would be good. Yeah.
Well, you know what they say. People will do war crimes if the neck kissing is good enough.
Yes. She might get like a little nibble
During
in
the
a
break.
dressing room.
During the break, we'll try it on Sam, just to prove a point. Anyways. So, is there anything else you'd like to engage with during that? Okay. Would you say you would have spent some time at work as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, since we were teasing him, let's move over to Ellie.
Ellie has two things in mind. One
Mhm.
is to continue working on the tracker and mostly making sure that it can actually like inject in something and
Mhm.
like something powerful enough to like pierce various materials that are similar to skin. And the other thing that Ellie might do as a little side project is um, get something that's like, I don't know, maybe some nice jewels or like some nice flowers that could survive in the Warrens. Something that Petra might like and therefore might not want to plant something in my car that results in me dying a fury death. Not that she would, just it's always good to get ahead of that. I've learned in multiple games, you
Hmm.
gotta get that diplomacy rating way up.
Okay. And how would you like to effectuate a acquirement of jewelry or flowers or anything pretty and sparkly? Are we
I
trying to
mean,
do a break into a place, or what's the...
you know what? Petra's worth it. Um, I'm going to see what like online thing I can get together. Um, I think I'm gonna go with like maybe like a cute bracelet or something. I feel like
A
that's
little
like one of
spangly
the
tennis bracelet?
saver. Yeah, something like that to kind of like it's nice and can be used for like different accessories, but it isn't, you know, is something that's relatively safe to you don't feel like you have to always be wearing it.
Hmm. Okay. We'll say that because you are using, uh, I'm assuming, your various acquired funds to get this. You're not stealing it. You
Yes.
are going to try and either crypto or actual cash money.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say if you would do it on the first night, you'd be able to go and pick it up now at whatever the sort of PO box you would have set up.
Yep.
We
Sounds good.
can deal with that actual outcome a little bit later. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Artem.
Yes. So two things.
Mhm.
For one, after the training with Havel, he is going to try to make himself a steak, which shouldn't be too terribly
How
difficult.
juicy.
Yeah, there is meat everywhere.
Mhm.
And then he also has a new little bird friend that he's going to be trying to develop his abilities with.
Mhm. So, are you having this fly around your small guest house, or have you gone to acquire a cage or made one?
Um, I think for now, yeah, we'll say he tried to make one.
Mhm. Okay. Let's go with craft
Okay.
and we'll go with intelligence.
Okay. That works.
Has he ever tried to build something like this before? Like this, he's
Probably
more
not.
like
Oh, that's a really good
carpentry.
roll though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 1. That's still 2 successes, one of
Mm-hmm.
which I am going to re-roll. 3
It,
successes.
if it was a 10,
Yeah.
your one would have invalidated it.
There were 2 10s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So overall, you got how many?
3.
3. That's counting your 1.
Yes.
Okay. That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a bit touch and go. Some of this is probably built from reclaimed wood, maybe pieces that you had to tear apart from the house itself to get a basic frame, and maybe old metal box spring serves as the initial cage itself, but you're having to wrap. This is probably the part you would have to go and buy, is like a nice bit of mesh
Mm-hmm.
so that uh, it can actually breathe and
Right.
have some structure to the thing that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm assuming that you are going through and collecting things for this creature to eat. Are you foraging
Yeah.
for this, or are you buying like bird seed or something?
He'd probably start foraging and see what he could find out there, see how easy it is. If it's not easy, he would just buy some. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can determine this very, very easily. You're
Sounds
going to
good to me.
do, we'll say intelligence and animal ken at a 7.
Okay.
Just because it's like, you know what birds generally look like, but you
Mhm.
don't know what this one wants.
That is, oh wow, 1.
As in, you rolled a 1?
No, 1 success. I did. I rolled 2 6s, but those don't count.
Hmm. Fair. Okay. You do struggle for a little while to find the natural uh, elements that this bird would be eating. You're basing it on suppositions of what you've seen other birds eat, ones that you're more familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you'd have to supplement a bit. So you'd have to go and actually find like bird seed and or proper bird feed to correctly not kill this creature with your good intentions. Or are they good intentions? You did trap it in a homemade bird cage, so it's a little bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
I can kill it with my bad intentions later.
Hmm. Good to know. So we'll do one final roll. You are trying to do what with the acquired bird? And
So,
can remind the audience, what is the bird?
oh god, I don't remember.
We're going to say something small, like
Yes.
a sparrow.
Yeah.
We'll we'll go back
We'll
and
come
research
back to
this
this. I did
later
actually have
because
something.
I do want to properly look into what kind of birds are in the area because I don't want to be accused of being that guy.
Mm-hmm. There is a nice little Savannah sparrow. We'll say that until we change our minds.
Okay.
But yeah, so the thought he has in his head is, okay, I have the ability to talk to animals with my mind, but it requires that I connect with them by like looking into their eyes. So
you don't need to roll anything in order to
mhm,
have a conversation, but if you want to
sure.
give them an order, then you would.
It's yeah, and so he's specifically not he's trying to give the order without making the connection. So he's trying to figure out like what he's doing when he's speaking with an animal, when he's giving it an order, and trying to isolate exactly what that is so that he can try doing it without the connection having been formed. So he'll probably start, yes, with a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, little guy.
Sometimes you'll hear stories of new mothers who, after the first couple of weeks, are so utterly exhausted and exasperated, and the child, the newborn, is crying, and they don't know what to do. And the best version I've seen of this is where the new mother is frustrated, and giving voice to those frustrations is the first time that she is talking to the infant. And it's the first time that she realizes that's a very new person, but a person. And it's the first time that connection is made. Now, I'm not saying you have to get frustrated for that to happen, but sometimes all it takes is getting them used to your voice,
Mm-hmm.
just casually talking to them.
Chris is probably making fun of me while I'm doing this.
She would at first, and then she'd become very quiet and watch. Is there anything you actually want to say?
One of the first things I'd probably ask it is what it eats.
Now, you're doing this in the mundane sense, right? No abilities.
No abilities for now.
Mm-hmm. I'd say it'd be very difficult to really have a connection start from that. Because you are maybe putting food in the cage. And there's that. This is a wild animal that you have caged. This is not a store-bought budgie. So the more the feeling that you're getting right now is it's trapped. It wants to be freed. Yes, there's food, but that's temporary because I'm locked in here. And that's something you would pick up without having any kind of connection. Anybody with baseline empathy for another living creature would know that's what's happening here.
We do have one empathy now.
It is eventually calm, but more because it's exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
It's that idea of the person who is trapped at the bottom of the well, who they're not calm, they're just tired of screaming.
This is not going well.
So at this point, this is when I would say maybe a little bit of animalism would be in order.
Okay. So then we would make the connection.
Trying to stare into those primarily black orbs.
Probably doing a lot of little flitting around. Not quite. But we get there eventually.
Are you trying to issue a command or converse?
We will... We'll start by issuing a command. Say there's a little perch that he made in the cage. I think this is at a 7 on animal kin and manipulation.
Very good. It would be an 8.
8. Okay. Basically, the command is just get up on this perch.
Would you like to be using willpower for this? Or are you okay with the potential for high failure?
Yeah. I might need that willpower to save Ellie later. Nah, we'll use it. This is self-development.
Okay.
Okay. That is... Wow, it's a good thing I did that. No successes in a 1, but willpower.
Mm. Due to the confinement and it being a wild animal, reticent doesn't quite do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, there is that begrudging acquiescence.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way that's not unlike interacting with Chris at the start. Which is, I was going to sit here anyways, is almost the attitude you get out of it.
I've been preparing for this.
And if it's okay, I think
Yeah.
working on these small steps, incremental, is where we can kind of leave that for now.
Sounds good.
Last but not least, Cora, I know you're typing, but
I'm trying to update our new guests about who we all are and realizing that we do need to make sure that we have a little summary for everyone somewhere.
what has she been up to in the last couple of nights?
Working when there's work, of course,
Mm-hmm.
driving the streets. She would have probably asked Chris if she wants to go out and feed again, having that safety anchor there, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
Poppy if she's available. Just because, like Alden suggested, having a feeding buddy was helpful. And eventually she'll spread her wings on her own, but right now, having friends nearby is good. She would have sent the photo of those friends to Essen and to Heinrich with a little black heart emoji next to it, and just the brief statement of this is who I've been talking so much about.
You would get, there'd be some little back and forths from uh, Essen and Heinrich, but you would get more of a impression from Gerhardt that it's, I now have faces to put in my dossier. Files have started.
That makes Cora smile. She said,
You wouldn't say it in those exact words, but that's very quickly the impression you would get.
Cora would appreciate that he's still watching over her from across the ocean. Say something to that effect as well.
I'll say the advent of surveillance technology has dramatically improved in the last 40 years. We'll just leave that where it is.
Gerhard just watching the CCTVs in the nearby area in Cora's neighborhood.
Suddenly, Ellie's laptop restarts for no apparent reason.
Get some good pictures of Artemis Bigfoot.
When Gerhardt sends the message for her to dig into her passenger seat because there's something that's not supposed to be there, I'll be impressed. But
Who knows?
other than that, she would have taken some walks in Forsyth. She would have tried to arrange to meet up with Costello and with Olivia at some point. And she would have gone to the diner again. She can't stay away from that place despite the bad first night there.
Are you going there to feed or just to people watch?
For now, I think she uses it more for people watching.
Mhm.
It may eventually become a feeding place for her.
Okay. Um, Going back to Poppy, would you have engaged in a little bit of an outing to go feeding with Cora?
Oh yeah, for sure. That sounds great.
Would you have invited Artem or just Chris?
I think Poppy might have gone to Cora for that
Mm.
just to see what she's comfortable with. Um,
We can include Artem.
okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. Each of you will do a feeding roll, Ellie included, because I'm assuming whether you are with them or not, you're going to be getting your needs dealt with. Whether that's trying to find rats or making arrangements with one of you, the people in your particular Rolodex.
I think I only need rats to sustain me for this time.
Okay. So I'll have you roll. Um, Actually, how are you going about it? Are you trying to anticipate and trap them, or are you just chasing like a mad lad?
As fun as Mad Lad sounds, I'm going with my strength and sneaking around,
Okay.
trapping them.
So you'd like to go with stealth? Is that the argument you're trying to make? Okay. Um, I'd say this would be intelligent stealth.
I do intelligence stealth.
Just for that, it's a DC 10. No, it's fine. It's a 6.
Well,
Actually, it'd be a
um,
5 because this is kind of home turf.
well, that actually really improved my my score in that case. That was 4 successes.
I don't know how far down you are, but I'd say you are able to gorge yourself to a full pallet.
And that's before this night, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
For Cora and Poppy. And Artem, since where would you be going? Would this be to the club? Is this
Cora wants to go dancing again, yes.
okay?
So
We're
that
going
would
back to
be
the
her
same
suggestion.
place? Same place or something else?
She's into trying something new.
Okay. Um,
But we can go to the same place. That's fine. Cora's, she's
it's
a little
somewhat
careful about
immaterial.
going to too many routines, but she could go to the same place.
We're gonna base this on how well you roll.
Okay.
So make me an argument for what you would like to have as your dice pool.
Hmm. So for Cora,
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to use um hmm. I guess mostly it's body language when she's out there dancing and not so much speaking. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe like a- appearance and empathy because there's a lot of reading people involved, trying to
Okay.
understand what they're wanting and
So it's let's say you're
kind
trying
of
to
feeding into that energy.
put out bait as much as you're trying to read other people if they're putting out bait. You're trying to see if this is a red light, green light, yellow light situation.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Cora's willing to take a little bit of the initiative here and finding people on the dance floor to engage with rather than
Okay.
waiting for them to come to her.
So let's try appearance and empathy. This will be an interesting mix.
That sounds good.
While you're doing that, Poppy, what are you looking to do?
Poppy is looking to attract people to her.
Mhm.
So maybe a charisma performance kind of thing. Like, let me show off on the dance floor to get people interested.
This will be a good combination then. I can
Okay.
get some of the little fish that come your way too.
Hmm.
Are we creating a sexy vortex?
We are creating a sexy
Sexy
vortex.
vortex.
Yes, correct.
Artem, what are you going to be rolling then?
What do you think, Graham?
Go ahead. Surprise me.
I think he's just gonna look pretty at people.
So are you just going to be giving it the full blue steel or are you actually dancing?
Yeah, he'll dance.
Okay. Do you have performance?
He does not have performance.
Okay.
He has athletics.
Okay. Let's go with appearance athletics. So it's less about you showing off how good your dance moves are and more just how handsome and chiseled you are while you're trying to dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of, well, heavy lifting, I guess, in this case. So the other thing will be at a 6. What has everyone rolled? Cora, you first.
I have 3 successes.
3. Okay. Poppy.
4 successes.
4.
Just 2.
You were supposed to escalate things, not bring it down.
How did Chris do?
Should have let me go first.
Chris is the eye of the storm, and we'll leave it at that.
Mm.
She's having a great time. She's doing the sort of jump around, hair back and forth. It may not be a mosh pit, but I'd say it's like the EDM equivalent of one. And she's having a great time. Even when she's not part of the sexy vortex, she just is one on her own. So, Poppy, I think you rolled the highest.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have 3. Cora will have 2.
Okay.
Artem will have 2. So please add to your blood pools as appropriate.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Is
now
this
with
the
the
sort of place,
Mhm.
just very briefly, that has like, do we get like a little paper wristband or a stamp or like, what's the you can come back in here vibe?
We're gonna go stamp on the back of the hand.
Okay, I will have photographed my stamp with like the blurry dancing throng in the background, and sent that to Kate with a little like "wish you weren't busy," when like a drink emoji, because I'm careful. Not gonna send no fang emoji.
Not anymore. Okay. May I get into the main cusp of events tonight?
Please do.
Okay. Let me get back to my notes. Let's start with Poppy. Hello, Poppet.
Hello.
So, you were originally supposed to meet with Edward prior, but due to everything going on with the opera and both getting immediately busy afterward, you're only able to make that appointment now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you'd like to do before you head off to the address that he gave you? Is there anything at home that you need to do? Is there any way that Poppy is trying to accessorize for this particular meeting?
Poppy leans toward darker colors, a more sleek outfit, nothing too showy, still elegant.
Mm-hmm.
But she does take that into consideration because she doesn't know if he's gonna ask her to do something immediately or if he just wants to see that she is capable of blending in when she needs to.
Mm-hmm. And you are aware that you are meeting a Ventrue, so dressing to a certain caliber is
Yeah,
whether or not he acknowledges it, it's still better than him commenting on something that's inappropriate.
exactly.
So, any other errands you try to take on before you head out there?
Um, she might, say goodbye to Nico and
Mm-hmm.
Clarice and just let them know that she's meeting with Edward to talk.
When you tell Nico, that's when he sort of just leans back into frame, a little like Chow Yun Fat, and just, you're meeting with him for what now?
Business meeting, it sounds like. I'm not quite sure.
Poppy, what are you getting into?
Nico, sounds like fun. I promise I'll be good.
Well, that doesn't sound very fun at all. And he just walks away.
She rolls her eyes and leaves. Typical Nico.
Mm. As you go into the garage, you are reminded, of course, of there are multiple cars there. There is the one that you have been given keys to, the Lexus. There is a blacked out car that's been sitting there the whole time. It's been under a sheet, almost as if it's been just sort of in storage for a long time. But it looks like it's been sort of defrocked and recently detailed.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Poppy will text Nico as she's like getting into the Lexus. Um, is this do do you have a new car?
There's the little dot, 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 and then it stops.
Mm-hmm.
And then he walks into the garage. Do you remember we talked about Garrick?
Was that Clarice's ex? Okay, yes. Yes.
That was his car.
Oh, and it's going to see the light of, well, the dark of night again.
Mm. Sometimes when all we have of someone is a few things they left behind. Shrine.
Hmm. I get it.
So
Is
every
the
now and
car
again.
like a truck? Like in my mind, I'm
Uh,
like Escalade. It's like no, maybe not.
it is a four-door, and I'm trying to remember what it was because I did just look at my notes earlier and it's scattered somewhere. It's a four-door sedan, matte black.
Matte black. Cool.
Not like the kind that you could draw on with chalk, but almost.
Yeah.
Something
Wouldn't
that is
reflect.
not, yeah, wouldn't reflect. There are no fancy like RGB elements to this. It is almost an unmarked car.
Hmm.
There is badging that seems to be missing from it, and uh, very well hidden. Like there's no missing bolt holes where a piece of, like say, like a BMW badge would be or something like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just been either painted over or repaneled entirely.
Cool. So Clarice was feeling nostalgic,
Hmm. Isn't she always?
I suppose. I just haven't seen anything of his, I guess, around aside from her. And she gestures to where a choker would be.
Out of character to remind you, you have seen pictures of him.
Yes, but no like thing that
Mm-hmm.
was like clearly his. Like that's new, right?
Mm-hmm. I told you before she has good days and bad.
Hmm.
Being at the
Is
opera was a good day, but also took a lot out of her. She used to attend those with him.
hmm. Well, I had my own chat with the sheriff at the opera.
And that's when he sort of just leans against the door frame. Oh, really?
Yes, I wasn't very discerning when picking somebody to take a picture of me and my friends and asked Sheriff Vega to do the honors. And I think she somehow loaded the picture onto her phone or something. She did something weird with her phone. And we finally had kind of a one on one conversation, which was um, casually threatening, but casual. Uh,
So a
yeah,
conversation with the sheriff. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but I can see your head is very still attractively attached to your shoulders. Good for
Yes,
you.
yes, yes. It's still there.
Hold on. He playfully sort of looks at you, lifts your chin a little bit. No, no scarring. No, it's all good. Good for you.
No attacks, no attacks, just a conversation.
Any emotional attacks?
No, but it seems that. Well, Nico, I'm getting really tired of telling people kind of why I'm here. Uh, not tired of it. I'm just embarrassed still. And, because people look at me like I'm, I don't know, a discarded pet.
Hmm. Here's the problem. You're young and you're
Hmm.
new to here. You are the low man. And in a situation where the Toreador don't have a great history, a great recent history.
Hmm.
So there's that playing against you. Being a recently accepted neonate with a less than reputable sire is going to play
Hmm.
against you. Being new in a city is going to play against you. You've yet to prove yourself. You have, as of yet, I'm not saying you don't have any, but you've yet to prove what your utility is to the court other than just another weepy effete toreador.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. And I don't think this business meeting is how I prove myself to the court either.
what's the meeting about?
A job.
Okay, let's try this again. A job or job? Oh, fun.
Yes, I'm very curious, especially
Mhm.
since my own or my only conversations with Edward were about getting fake IDs and phones and getting that. So clearly he has some skills that could be interesting.
Here's what I'll say. We have more in common with him than most people would like to acknowledge.
Hmm.
Still doesn't make him any less dangerous,
Oh, of course not.
but played carefully, we could all have a little bit of fun without stabbing each other in the chest. Hmm?
That is a great goal to have. Yes.
It's always looking up from here, right? Have
Yeah.
fun. And he just taps the top of your car,
Bye. Closes door.
and he's just finally buttoning up the top of his shirt. So as you head on out, Poppy would arrive outside a stucco over brick townhouse in the heart of the historic district. Oak trees and hedges lining the sidewalk, all neatly hiding the in-city office of Edward Hezekiah, the venture that was responsible for creating the legitimate documentation for you and the rest of your fellow Newbloods. You're able to find street parking quite easily, but once you have, what do you do?
She will do quick mirror check, make sure her hair looks good, take a deep breath, and she will walk in.
Okay. So you just push in, or do you knock at the door first?
Oh, she'll knock. She'll knock.
Okay.
She wasn't born in a barn.
Just Connecticut.
Just Connecticut.
It's a few moments. It's not like it's making you wait, but you do hear in quick succession steps making their way towards the door. Roll me perception alertness at a 7.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Do you also have auspex?
I do not have auspex.
That's a shame.
It is. That's 3 successes, but 1, 1. No
Still
10s.
enough.
Yeah.
Given your previous life, you're used to listening to the subtle taps and clicks and cogs and gears of safes as you press your ear and listen for that next little part of the sequence click, and then starting the tumblers over again. But here you're hearing 2 different sets of footsteps, one getting further away as the one gets closer. When the door opens, you do see Edward wearing a dress shirt, simple slacks, sleeves rolled out to his elbows. Ah, Miss Stewart, please come in.
Hi. Thanks so much.
And because you rolled decently before, you do catch sight of a young woman shrugging into a long coat, all while smoothly lighting a cigarette and leaving out the back of the house.
Hmm.
Please, may I take your coat?
Oh, of course. Thanks.
He will, of course, help you step out of it and neatly hang it up on a nice rack near the door. So he'll gesture you through the house, and it is a bit of well-organized chaos. There is like stacks of papers, and you can hear a little bit of a whir and churn of machinery underneath your feet, as though something is churning out an end product in the basement. And given some of the
Quite.
things you've seen him work on already, you have to assume it's not the only thing he knows how to make, legitimate or otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
As he leads you to the house, there is a sunken living room with a brown button-back leather couch forming the entire square. Except, of
Mr.
course,
Hezekiah, I love a conversation pit. This is so fun.
I thought you might appreciate this. You seem like a woman of taste.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's quite the operation you have here. It's nice that you have a place to relax as well.
Oh, well, you can't wallow in the crapulence of your own decadence. What's the point? Now,
Exactly.
he'll gesture you to a seat. And while the conversation pit is quite large, he doesn't sit on the opposite side and make you yell at each other. He picks, a few feet away and turns himself to face you. Now, Lila has let me know that you have a certain skill set.
I do.
Well, I'm less about word of mouth, and I want to know from you what that skill set is. If you're going to
Uh,
be of any use to me, to Lila, to anyone else that we're going to be working with on this, I want to know what you can provide me.
Certainly. I have experience in getting into places that are well guarded, that are surveilled, and procuring items that are under lock and key, both digital and physical. Um, I can do aerial work, though I don't know if that's what you'll be looking for. Um,
When you say aerial, what are you discussing? Like jumping out of a helicopter? What?
I have not done helicopters before, but I have been suspended from the top of a building to get inside of the building or to get into a certain room of a building.
Hmm. You can understand how I would look at that as a rather bold claim.
Mm, I understand.
Hmm.
I wouldn't lie.
Okay, let's have you roll.
Hmm.
Or rather, because this isn't a lie, you're trying to impress upon him, well, that this is a truth.
Hmm.
How much of this is an exaggeration?
Mm. I think her confidence level is the exaggeration. Because
Okay.
it was very nerve-wracking for her to do that, even when she was with somebody who she trusted quite deeply.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think now that she's flying solo, as it were,
Mm-hmm.
the confidence is from a past version of herself.
Okay. So instead of having you roll, I'm gonna have him roll something.
Okay.
I won't tell you what it is.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that, but
I
4
cannot.
successes.
Ew, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. And he seems to be studying you, as I'm assuming these aren't the only tales you're going into. You are giving a few extra, maybe not all the ones that you want to share,
Hmm.
maybe some ones that you're just, these are the sanitized ones you use on a job interview.
Yeah. And
Um,
she will stress that she is good at being both seen and then
mhm.
taking things as opposed to being unseen and taking things.
Hiding
Those
in
are
plain
two separate
sight.
things. Yeah.
Mhm. Hmm. You do tell a good story, but and it's not that I entirely disbelieve you, but I would need more recent proof of your accomplishments. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
I want you to impress me.
How?
Well, that's up to you.
Oh.
You're
Oh.
you're the thief.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to be involved in whatever escapade that you're going to do now, but I would like to be present so that I can verify the claim.
That's fair enough.
You're going to choose the target, be it the person or something on their person or in their possession. Is that a house or on them? Piece of jewelry they're wearing or something that they jealously guard. But you're going to take it, and I want to know that you took it before they do.
Mm, that can
That
be
is how,
arranged.
that is how you prove to me that you're who I need.
You want specifically a person to be involved, somebody who's holding on to something, not an institution like a museum or a school or that kind of
Dazzle
thing.
me with your creativity either which way. If you want
Okay.
to swindle an institution or a person, I'm amenable to both.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, for your sake, I hope it is.
Hmm. I already have a couple ideas.
Oh, good. Now, is this something you want to do now, or do you want a bit of time?
Um, maybe just a little bit of time for me to get the tools that I need.
Ah, I'm going to step back then. I'm going to let you find what those tools are. I could possibly provide some, but that might be making this too easy for you.
Oh, no, of course. I wasn't. I'll use my own.
That being said, if you do manage to impress, and if there's any tools that you require for the upcoming job, those will be provided.
Thank you very much in advance.
Hmm. Well, don't thank me yet. Succeed first, then we'll talk more. Let me know where you're going to be, and I want to have advance notice of what it is you're going to be swindling.
I will send it your way. The
Very good.
notice, not when I'm swindling.
Well, as you can see, he does sort of direct your gaze around the room. There are a few art pieces on the walls. Nothing too ostentatious or vulgar, but something that shows he collects.
Hmm.
Maybe he doesn't have the most artistic eye, but that doesn't seem what it's about for him. We all have our vices, and
That
we
we
all have
do.
things that we like to collect. So, he looks around, finds something that might go along with this, or
Oh,
or something that can be worn, can be fun too.
a little accessory.
Not necessarily for me, but just in general.
Okay.
So now with this broad over vague target, go forth and rob them blind.
I certainly will. And I'll keep you updated, of course.
Hmm. Just one more thing. I'm going to give you this little piece of advice for free. In case you're not already aware, my primogen, Noah Halsey, runs the vast majority of security throughout the county. Whatever you do cannot, must not, shall not attract his attention.
Absolutely.
If you get caught, I will entirely disavow you in every which way, including saying, I told her not to do it.
Mm, that makes sense.
Hmm. Now that our parameters are clear, have fun.
Oh, I certainly will.
And from there, unless you'd like to add anything, he'll see you out.
I'll head on out
Mhm.
and get into the planning stage.
Okay. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay. Cora.
Cora, hello.
You were part of this heist, or at least the training aspect of it, also begins tonight.
All right.
You are eventually met to meet Lila at the track on Hutchinson Island.
Perfect.
Is there anything you'd like to do before you head there?
Just her normal routine.
Mm-hmm.
Shower up. She'll make sure that she has her driving gloves ready. A gift from one of our conspirators. And she'll dress professionally for this. She'll wear her suit. A cream suit makes her look like a ghost with her platinum hair.
Mm.
And
So you know you're going to be racing, effectively.
yes.
Okay. Just making sure. But then again, if you are meant to be an accomplice in this, you can't be out there dressed like an obvious criminal.
That's my thought.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we get to it then?
She will, if there is time, she'll go to the car wash that is open late that she discovered several nights ago, and just to make sure that the car is looking extra special
Okay.
before she brings it to the track.
Do you do any interior detailing with the on-hand vacuum that they often have at these?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll.
A chance.
Let's see here. It will be at an 8 because you're not actually looking for anything. It's more just in case, in case, in case.
Mm-hmm.
Perception and alertness.
All right, let's go.
And because of aspects, instead of lowering the difficulty, I'll give you 2 additional dice.
Oh my. Okay, well. Cora has a handful. Let's see what we have. You said 8 was the All right, well, I see some 8s. We are looking at oh my. And that one cancels out, unfortunately. The 10 was deflected by a 1. So we have 3 successes total.
Okay. I'm presuming that Cora is a very thorough individual and she is presenting a car to a potential client.
She's absolutely fastidious.
And loose pocket change, dirt, filth, anything is verboten.
She's go in with a Q-tip in the little creases between the seams between materials, you know?
Using that sort of almost that silly putty gel kind of stuff and all the vents to try and collect dirt and hair and everything else. And then there's those very specific kinds of vacuums that's meant to reach between seats. You do hear a little bit of rustle and jangle of what sounds like change or other detritus being removed by the device. But if you'd want to see what any of it is, you would have to actually open up the bag and start looking. Do you care enough to do that?
I guess what is the tone of this rattle? Did it sound metallic? Or sometimes like these things, right? They're narrow enough to get into a space and grab things, but sometimes it'll
They
get
would
like
sort of
wedged
stick.
in the
Yeah.
like the mouth of it instead.
This would be fun. You do hear the typical bounce of plastic and metal of little bits and pieces being picked off the carpet. And then you hear the vacuum stall as the intake is obfuscated. I think it's the appropriate word here. So you'd have to remove it to see what has been caught in its maw.
Yeah, Cora's gonna kind of scrunch her face, and then go and reach over and look.
Sam, what exactly was the nature of the device that you had put on Cora's car?
I like to plead the fifth.
Well, I'm in Canada, so that doesn't apply.
It basically would look like it would look like almost like an AirPod, like someone left one of their
AirPod or
AirPods in the
AirTag.
seat. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, this wasn't initially your car.
No.
This was Jimmy's, who you always got the impression didn't buy the car himself. That he was a bit of a pseudo trust fund baby.
So, Ellie, you said, from my understanding,
Mm.
that this doesn't look like a traditional like AirPod, like AirTag. Like it has a non-standard shape that Cora likely would not recognize.
Probably it is a little cobbled together.
Okay. Um, that changes her reaction.
Okay.
So she's gonna grab this weird thing
Mm.
and kind of shrug at it and set it in the little like holder for like change and stuff in between seats. Um, and she thinks to herself, um, "Do you know, I made Jimmy pay for this enough. I'm going to give this back to him."
The dice tell a story. But I'm assuming then you are putting it in like the cup holder for now.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Like if the center arm like opens up and there's like that spot for like random assorted things. She still
Mhm.
wants it to look nice in the car, so she's just gonna throw it in that tray in there for now.
Okay. Well, with the fastidiousness taken care of, shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay. You glide along the subtle twists and turns that lead you from the Talmadge Bridge and on to Hutchinson proper, passing by the enormous hotel and convention center that dominate the island. The gate to the raceway is closed, but upon recognition of your car by its former owner, the gate is open and you are waved through by the humbled young man. Now the question is, do you stop there to give it to him?
I do. Like,
You
hey,
almost look like you're going to give him keys or a tip and you just keep the change.
it's funny because her like trying to be nice ends up being kind of shitty again. She's like, she's like, I think you dropped this in here.
Do you wait to see what his reaction is or just sort of pull away?
Uh, oh God, it's funny if she just pulls away, but do we do it just for the comedy? Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think we do. Yeah.
As you pull away and he's left looking at this unfamiliar thing, he he throws it in a bin and then closes the gate and walks away. So, just because it was found, I want Ellie to remember you got away with it. You don't know that you got away with it, but as the player, you got away with it.
I'll take what I can get.
Mm.
You've got a decent several days of Cora working a lot of data pulled up too.
Hmm. Okay. With no cars in the impromptu parking lot, no one in the stands, it's easy to see where the activity is as you roll up to one of the open pit bays. Titus resides within, racing overalls shed down to his waist as he's shouldered deep in the high octane guts of his project car, a highly customized Holden Monaro. He doesn't stop what he's doing, but he does acknowledge you with an up nod as he reaches for a tool. Lila is parked nearby that open garage, the hood open on her Nissan Skyline. The driver's side door is open with her feet out on the pavement, a laptop in her hands with a a hard line feeding somewhere into the dash as she's tinkering with settings and ratios, and even the RGB, as the underglow cycles beneath her through a variety of colors and patterns.
Uh, Cora will, since his attention is turned, give a quick little "Hey Titus," and then walk over to Lila,
Mm-hmm.
stick her hands in the pockets of her blazer, kind of arms out like wings a little, lean back.
There's a particular image of a racer I have in my head, but I can't think of their name right now. I have to look that up afterwards. She looks up from you to you, and she's in her normal face. She does have a hoodie on at the moment, but the way it's framed is that her ears sort of pop out from the sides anyway, so she's not entirely hiding. But she's in, to an extent, a safe area because Jimmy's all the way over there somewhere. He don't matter.
Lila, how's the night treating you?
Good, good. Look at this. Spin around for me.
Cora will oblige.
Oh, good. You managed to get the blood off of it.
Well, I had a good tip for a cleaner, so.
Yeah. It would be kind of awkward. You'd be sitting around with that and you got some guy on you.
Right?
So, okay.
Mr. Innsbruck's dry cleaner is very professional.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of works, but fire works too, and you can always get new clothes.
Well, I can't get new clothes shipped over from back home all the time, though, so it's a little sentimental, right?
People ship clothes over all the time. Don't worry about it. Don't get too attached. She says, sitting in her car that she obviously
Absolutely
jealously
loves,
covets.
yes. So, are we going to be using your car or mine for this?
Yes,
All right.
I'm gonna chase you in my car. Now, whether or not you're in your car, that's a different matter entirely.
Hmm. You're going to chase me. I seem to remember that we both raced that night, and things turned out a little bit better for me than it did for you.
I was being kind. But if you wanna start the shit talking now, we can.
It's just some friendly competition.
Yeah, no. But she smiles as she says it. So before we get into all that, is there any kind of conversation you want to try and have with her or Titus while you're here?
Yeah, so with Lila,
Mm-hmm.
so before we get into it, can I know what type of car I'm going to be using or something like that? It'd be nice to start to get some repetitions in,
Mm-hmm.
maybe an idea of the general area of where we're going to be so I can start to think of routes.
I can't give you a location yet because I want to see how you're going to do with all of this first.
Uh, that's fair.
It's that whole compartmentalized knowledge. If you don't know too much, we let you go. We don't got to kill you. She winks.
You wink, but I think that's a little bit serious.
Did I do it wrong?
You did it just fine.
Anyways, I can tell you it's going to be a four-door.
Okay.
It's going to be a sedan
All right. Easy.
because you don't know if somebody needs to pile into it, right? We hope not, but if they do, it's kind of hard to do that with a two-door. It's going to be a front engine
All right.
because rear engine is kind of hard to get in a normal ass car. At least not the kind of ones that don't stand out.
Yeah, unless we had
Um,
Titus do something to it.
I do you know how much work it is to make a front engine car not that?
Well, I didn't say it would be easy.
Well, you're not paying for this. Anywho, now here's the question for you. I'm going to let you decide this part. Standard or automatic?
I'm more of a manual girl most of the time, but if you have one that allows at least the ability for me to flip into the different modes, I can make that work just fine.
So we can do. Now,
Maybe something with the paddles.
I know you were going to be one of those flappy paddle assholes.
Look, it's a bit of a custom style. I like to use one hand on the
You
stick
do
for the
hear
downshifting.
Titus speak up from the engine bay. If it's good enough for F1, it's good enough for the roads. Get your shit together, Lila.
Thank you for backing me up.
I wasn't here and didn't hear shit. And he just goes right back to doing what he was doing. Let's sort you out. First things first, let's see how you do in a non-typical situation. Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get in your little clown car. She says that with mirth because she knows she's driving an absolute batshit car.
With the license plate that I gave her
Which
from this car.
I believe, what does it say now?
It says Bone Racer,
Bone Racer.
which could also be interpreted as Boner Car because of the way it needs to fit on the license plate.
But like the Tootsie Pop owl, the world may never know. So, as she looks to you, she looks at the track, and it looks different from how it normally is. The track normally has the sort of regular lines, a few cones, but it is, by and large, a track. Tarmac is easy to differentiate from grass. Here, however, there are additional cars, tire walls, pylons, all darting the track in order to break up the pattern. So this is to try and get you used to driving against opposing traffic and buildings, parked cars, all that shit. So I want you to go and take just a normal drive by at a reasonable pace just to kind of get used to things. And then you're going to do a flying lap on your own. I ain't going to chase you. The next time I will.
Okay, well, thank you for the crawl, walk, run, rather than jumping straight into going quick.
This time.
Cora thinks to herself about you know what she'll say under her breath, when's the last time I watched a Baby Driver?
Okay. To that point, what song does she put on?
Oh my goodness, I was not prepared. Oh boy, what will Cora have to listen to this time? I might have to draw from something that I really enjoy. I think that she will go for well, let's continue on with the scene and I'll have something for you in a moment.
Okay. So, I'm assuming you're not rolling through this at 5 miles an hour. You're trying to take this at a reasonable clip, right?
Oh yes. She's going to this is all about learning the layout. She's a competent driver, so she doesn't need to go like 3 miles an hour. But she'll be ready. You know what? let's go with some rock and roll. Actually, we're gonna listen to some "Moaning Lisa Smile" by Wolf Alice. It's got,
I'd also accept Blue Song by Mint Royale.
Oh yeah, you know, she'll eventually rotate over into the EDM, her beloved genre. But for now, uh, she's listening to "Moaning Lisa Smile." It has the word fangs in it. And Cora would be like that. Let's be real.
Okay. So, explain to me Cora's process as she tries to get used to this track.
Okay, right. So the first time through, we're taking it slow.
Mhm.
Right now, it is all about shifting perception. So she wants to pay real close attention to the spaces and the gaps as she gets close in on them, but she's constantly alternating the um, where she's placing her vision
Mhm.
into like really far ahead of her, and closer, and then up in, and just kind of varying between all those, um, so that she is getting herself ready for when she's going quicker, that this series of installations is going to recur, um, at a quicker pace, right?
Mhm.
So she's like, build the mental map, essentially, is what she's doing in the present moment.
Okay.
The second run is going to be more about when she's getting into the, well, we can save that if you need to interject.
There's nothing I really need to add there other than the fact that we'll have to lower the music just a little bit. I will say that she's gonna have to roll for perception and alertness at an 8 because she's trying to memorize something at actually not perception. We're gonna go with intelligence. We're gonna see how much of this she's able to learn and retain.
Perfect.
And this will affect her future rolls.
We're doing perception and intelligence.
Intelligence and perception, yes.
Gotcha.
Sorry, no, intelligence alertness.
Intelligence alertness.
Yeah.
Perfect. That works as well. All right. We are, it's a night of threes. We're at 3 successes again.
Okay. Um, she doesn't have any major catastrophes. There is a little bit of a wobble screech as she's trying to sort of remember what she did before and now going, oh, no, it was this way. So you're not having any calamities happen. If you'd rolled a 1, we'd have a very different conversation here. Yeah, Cora will be going back to an early save file.
Fun, fun.
But she is able to create her mental map without too much issue. There's some hazy spots in it, but not enough that's going to be a major detriment. That being said, she hasn't truly taken this at speed yet. She has no stress behind her, quite literally, yet. There's no real time crunch. There's no concern. But there's about to be.
Do we have, are there different road textures right now too, or is it just the tarmac?
Just the tarmac right now.
Okay. Good. One less thing to think about.
Mm-hmm. Because this is primarily built as a race track, not a test track. So having different kinds of textures is antithetical to its purpose.
Right. It's something Cora would have experienced before, a track like that, but it's nice that this is a racetrack.
Now, there might be parts at the outskirts, outside of the actual track area, that have some cobble paths that are meant for testing like suspension. But you're not having that attached to the track. There's no rumble strips or anything like that at the side of the highway, because that's actually how you could cause accidents at a racetrack. But she is, Lila, revving up her car as you are finally circling back around and pulling next to her, her windows down, her system up.
I think at this point the song would have moved over to Kit Sebastian's Uridim Buidim Siridim, which
Sure.
is her on Cora's playlist in a meta way. This is the Cora's death song. And then we will go from there into something else.
My personal choice for her death song would be Chumbawamba, but that's a different conversation. She starts to revving up the engine. She looks over at you. The windows go up as she's putting her sunglasses down to sort of give you one last little glare over the rims. And you hear the rev counter almost go through the hood of the car as she is bidding for you to go so she can chase.
Okay. Well, then let's.
We're going to do some opposed rolls. Now, unfortunately, your specialty of mid-engine exotica does not apply to this car.
It does not.
But what I will do is, because we are on a racetrack, a very familiar venue, I will give you one additional die. So to put this into context, you'll be using Dex and Drive.
All right.
You'll be adding your extra die and your celerity on top of that.
Yes, let us not forget.
So how many dice is that for Cora right now?
For Cora, with her now, because of the extra dice, the maxed out drive of 5, and her dexterity and her celerity, she finds herself at 9 total dice.
Okay, then. I'm going to put this at a difficulty of 7
All right.
because of the additional stress of this being an active situation, not just a passive drive. And it was not higher because you did your practice lap and rolled well on that.
Y'all, Cora's fucked. Let's see. We have. Oh, wait. It's not as bad as I expected, but it's not impressive.
It's not going to be your only roll for this.
All right. So I had 2 1s in there. Thankfully, I have another 3 successes to negate some of that. So she's out the gate with us just 1 success
Okay.
out of 9 dice.
She also got 1 success.
Okay.
So it's not quite bumper to bumper, but you are not losing her. She is staying quite well glued almost to the rear axle.
I think Cora was a little overconfident starting out, and then is now realizing, oh, okay, Lila is actually kind of good. Let's see what I need to do.
Okay. So you're that immediate straightaway, you're not able to pull away from her. Through the first couple of turns, she is in absolute unison with you. Every little shake and shimmy into a drift power turn, she's right there with you. And if you were feeling just confident enough to look in the rear view, you can't quite see her face, but you do get a little bit of the sheen off of sunglasses at night and glint off of uneven, wide smile.
All right, let's try to throw her on this next sharp turn.
Okay. Go for it. Same roll.
All right, how are we doing this time? That's looking better.
Can't see.
We
6.
have.
Oh.
There's so many dice. Pardon my delay. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. We have 5 successes this time. One was canceled out by a 1.
Hmm.
It would have been 6.
6 is what she has.
Oh my god. Okay.
She's able to bring her front passenger side wheel well almost up and against kissing the passenger side rear wheel well of your car. It's almost like they're sort of doing this, and she's just about to make them kiss, and she just stops shy. And she stays harrying you through multiple turns before she eventually lets go enough to let you get ahead, and she returns to drafting behind you smoothly.
Cora is going to swear in her native Italian. She
Mhm.
doesn't break out that often these days. And I guess prepare for the next moment if there is another.
There is.
All right. Can I use a willpower?
You may, and you should.
Aha.
What is this?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Roll
All
your
right.
dice.
It's fine, don't worry. Yeah.
Can I use a blood to up my physical abilities?
You can. We'll add 1.
We're gonna do it.
You can use
Pressure's
more than
on,
1 if you
Cora.
want.
So that's it. Now we're at 10 with 1 guaranteed success.
So you're using willpower, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, and a point of blood.
Okay. Just be sure that you are marking your blood usage and your willpower use before you roll.
Yes, I have.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Boy, I bet she crushed me, didn't she? We're halfway there. We're at 5 again.
Got 5? That's pretty good. Unfortunately, she did better than that. She got 7.
Oh my god, Lila. Why are you so good at this?
It's almost as if that's what she does.
All right.
She's not getting mean per se, as much as just vehicular assertion. As she finds a moment, because she's been drafting behind you for the last several turns and straightaways, and suddenly she just goes, enough of this shit. And she just swings out, drops it into the next gear, and punts it ahead of you.
All right.
And as you're getting close to that end line, she flips the car around while going the wrong, exactly. She is finger out the window and she's over that finish line.
I am not supposed to be Iceman to her Maverick. Let us do this again.
So by the time you have caught up to her car is facing the wrong way, but she's clearly backed over the line, and she's stepping out of the car going, come on, praise me like you should.
Holy fuck. She's gonna get out and slam the door. I was not expecting that out of you, Lila. Was expecting that out of anyone. Shit.
Well, look, I don't take this as like a mock against your skills or nothing, but it's just you're used to a more controlled, orderly environment with rules, right? This shit's new.
Right.
So that's what we're here to fix. So we're gonna keep doing this for the next couple of hours. And you're gonna do this until you're beating me consistently.
Okay.
Now, the cops aren't gonna drive like you and me. The point is, you train on hard mode so that their shit's easy. Right?
If they get as close to me as you did, then I think it's already over, though, because they're going to try something. And you were nice. You weren't trying to wreck me.
See, that's how I know I think I got the right person, because you're thinking about that shit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep doing this until the fear teaches you to be better.
Right.
So, you want to do another lap?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna start moving stuff around. No street's gonna be
Right.
the same the second time around, right?
Okay. Should we get Titus and Jimmy to help us?
She sours at the mention of Jimmy. Go, he's fine where he is. But I think there is a good moment to fade out on to go on our break. We'll see you in a few minutes, folks. Thanks for sticking with us. Welcome back, folks, to the back half of our Savannah by Night Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle here on the Midnight Dispatch. Now we have two more to check in with, and I'm sure whatever their escapades are tonight are completely and utterly boring and not at all involving any kind of terrible happenstance whatsoever. Ellie, let's start with you. What have you been doing the last couple of nights?
So last couple nights, for those just joining, were spent working on a tracking device that we would want to use to track one of the mudmen that has been encountered recently. But that now that I have a tracker, I have something to use to like inject the tracker. I need something to test it out, and Artem has informed me that he might have an avenue for testing this device. So I think mostly making my final preparations, but I do want to basically I would like to I so I'll get the bracelet that I got for Petra.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to do something that almost no one does in these modern times. And I am going to write a note. And the note is going to say, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure attending the opera with you earlier this week. I'm sorry I needed to step away for a lesson from someone who is quite overconfident in their own machinations. I hope this gift displays my acknowledgement at who the real superstar is.
Okay.
From Ellie. Don't worry, Artem. We're
Here's
not even gonna get to the test because my time's gonna be ended here anyway.
There's nothing Artem loves more than canceled plans.
well, hold on to that thought. So,
um, then I'm
as
going. Oh,
you're gonna
sorry.
go drop this off at her place?
Oh no, I'm not gonna drop it off at my place. I am going to. I am going to go out, outside, and I go.
Hmm.
Hey, Alice. Alice. Okay, I guess I will deliver this myself then. Okay. I guess I'll go deliver it.
Yeah, you will.
The one time it would be nice for her to show up.
Even if she was there, you're assuming she'd run errands for you?
I thought maybe like I've gotten at least 2 hearts in the relationship meter at this point.
So she bullies you less. So do you go and knock on the door, or do you just lay it down next to the door and run away screaming?
I would never run away screaming. I would scurry away
Add max volume, got it.
quietly, obviously. No, I will I
Why
will
not
knock on
Ellie?
the door because the last thing I also need is for Alice to then run away with the box that I have.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and knock on her door.
Who is it?
It is Ellie, Miss it is Ellie, Miss Petra.
Oh dear, a caller. Give me a moment to put on my face. A few moments goes by and you see Petra's true face, but with one of her expertly applied wigs adorning her.
Mhm.
She has this uh, silk and sheer uh, dressing gown that goes into like sheer sleeves and sort of bell cuffs. And because of how petite and compact she is, the way that it flows make her look even more inhumanly sort of uh, hourglassed. Just because her waist looks that much slimmer and daintier when it's all just an elaborate bodycon.
Mhm.
Oh my, what do we have here?
I was shopping around and picked this out for you, and I hope you like it.
Do you sort of just awkwardly, like, don't even look, hand the package out to her, sort of thing?
It's I'm trying to be as polite as
Hmm.
humanly possible.
Hmm.
But trying to like hold it out for her to take and keeping eye contact.
Oh, well, come and sit down, won't you?
Sure.
She closes the door after I assume you do enter.
Yes.
Okay. And much of her room is very gauzy, lots of drapery, almost like a modern bipedal spider. And she offers you a seat at a small little love seat. She takes the chair opposite. Tiny, tiny little, um, uh, like an ottoman, but with like clawed feet in between the two of you. Is that a note? I
Sure is.
do prefer them read aloud.
Oh. Great. And Ellie reads aloud the note to Petra.
And she is resplendent with smugness all throughout.
Thanks, Elena.
Your script is in the chat. I wrote it down verbatim.
Marvelous.
Now. And who is this one with so many machinations?
Well, I was thinking of getting another lesson from Miss Ava Lash. And so she was basically giving me a bit of a dare of trying to get to her box seat before the second act. And so I was able to. And then I learned some valuable lessons, but overall I learned all. She talked a little bit about what the about chains. Not in that way. In that everyone has a chain that one can kind of pull, and so she was trying to figure out who's pulling my chain in certain ways and who she could get to do things that she wanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, she certainly demonstrated that she can pull yours.
Well, if I wasn't interested in what I would get, I probably wouldn't have even bothered.
That's what so many of her clients would say as well. If someone doesn't have anything to offer, we wouldn't do anything for them at all.
That's true.
Although, if that is a trinket to ameliorate some slight you think you have given me, you might want to save that for Cyrus. Although I'm not sure whatever that is would quite fit him.
I
But I do appreciate the thought, and I would love to see what your taste is.
Sure. And I hand her the box. Obviously, my I try to do something that is works. I'll just let you open it.
Mm-hmm. You catch one slightly odd cut nail that's at a slight slant, almost like an X-Acto knife. And she slits open whatever tape or ribbons or wrapping paper adorns this. And it's all very smooth and practiced and mechanical, very much an economy of motion. All while barely breaking eye contact with you until the box is open. Her eyes glance down. And what exactly is it that you gave her?
Um, I think it would be a. It's like a. It's kind of like a infinity bracelet of some kind.
Okay.
So it's like, it's something that you can either wear as just like two bands together, but it's also malleable, so you can stretch it out to make a little bit of a design as
Hmm.
well along your forearm if you would like. Um, so there are more kind of there are more things you can do with it, and styles you can make out of it,
Okay.
if you so choose.
And oh, well, isn't this intriguing? If you'd be a dear, and she sort of daintily holds out her wrist to you for you to adorn her with what you've brought for her.
I think I'll do the basic like two loop
Hmm.
for it, something simple.
She'll sort of rotate her wrist, regarding it, seeing how it sparkles in the subtle dim light. Well, I must say, your taste surprises me. In a good way. Though, I didn't have any ill will towards you, and I certainly don't now. Not when
Well,
you bring me such exquisite trinkets.
sometimes it's good to also get ahead of a perceived ill, as opposed to waiting for it to build up, even if I
Are you
don't see the
banking
remedy.
goodwill with me in the event that you do upset me? It's a novel strategy.
Well, I've noticed that's made it a lot easier to get around here in general.
You might just survive us yet.
Uh, that's only assuming that Cyrus likes one of those as well.
At that, she very definitely giggles. And there is something womanly yet girlish about it. Like she was not quite expecting the joke. And you're hearing a little bit of something genuine behind the facade.
Anyways, I am sorry for bothering you, Miss Petra, and I do have another engagement forthcoming, so I'll need to prepare for that. But
Oh,
I,
what little bit of spangly accessory are you providing them?
ooh, I, well, we'll see how the night goes, and then we'll find out what accessory is fitting.
Oh, well, I thought you were trying to bank a goodwill before such things were necessary.
Depends who attends the gathering. Some I might have some goodwill available. Some, well, I'm not sure how if there's a way of digging out that hole. Let's just say.
Oh, come on now. Tell me who you're seeing.
I'm seeing a couple of gangrel to perform an experiment. Or maybe one gangrel. I haven't actually figured out, but they usually come as a pair.
She leans back in thought, but perhaps all just a pantomime just so she can display the new accessory around her wrist. This wouldn't happen to be Alden's little pup, would it?
That was an oddly specific guess.
There aren't many gangrel that frequent civilization, and the ones that do are a bit beyond you.
Well, it's the little pup is the to be determined factor.
Hmm. So the new blood then.
We have a little bit of a experimental thing we're trying to pull off. I have a new gadget and wanted to experiment.
Now, just to be clear, are you experimenting on him or he's just
Oh, I already
assisting?
asked. He said we were going to do something else with it. It's strange. I get so few volunteers for my gadgets.
Have you tried bribing them with something sparkly?
That's a good idea. I wonder what sparkly things he would like.
Hmm. Try and find out.
I'll figure that out later. Thank you, Miss Petra.
Hmm. And if there's nothing else to add, she will see you to the door with all the politeness one would expect from high society, thanking her late night caller. But as you are gearing up to go meet up with Artem, wherever you meet up with him, whether it's at Wormslow or at the designated destination, we should switch over to Artem. Unless there's anything else you want to add.
I have a quick clarifying
Mm-hmm.
question, but it is something that I think we can
Oh,
do
go ahead.
once we've met up.
What's the question? We can determine that now.
Okay, it's a do I feel like I as Ellie would know this,
Mm-hmm.
but I as a player don't know. Do tasers have an effect on Kindred?
They do and they don't. It's a very complicated. Um, it depends on a variety of factors, but uh, definitely works better on the young. And the older you are, or the more uh, well, mechanically, just like something like fortitude, you're easily able to sort of tank through it a lot easier.
Got it. I'm mostly thinking of like something that would if I needed to run for any
Mm-hmm.
reason, it's
Mm-hmm.
something that's something that can stun someone enough that I could get away. It's
Yeah.
not something that's like an attacking thing. It's more of a defensive maneuver.
I would say that's something that would require more research
Great.
because a lot of the ones that you can just get are kind of weak in comparison to what you actually would need. So that would be something we can discuss more actively off camera.
Okay. Um The only other thing I would do is maybe. Actually, never mind. We'll move on.
Okay. Artem,
Howdy.
you know today was the planned outing with Ellie.
Right.
Now, I was going to ask this of Ellie as well, because you were both going off with each other. Was there anyone that you were planning to bring with you?
I was thinking that it would just be the two of us,
Okay.
but
You would tell someone.
oh yeah, I definitely tell someone.
Mhm.
And that person would probably be Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably would be.
Rough.
Now, the question is, have you already told her? Or you're going to tell her on your way out?
So we had discussed this, so she knows it's coming.
Hmm.
I guess yeah, we'll probably say maybe yesterday or the day before because I think we had a date, but then we both had to scratch, and
Hmm.
then we'll say we settled on this date like 2 days ago. So I'll
Yeah.
say that's when I told Chris.
Okay. So, you're getting ready, and you have in your mind a place where you could go and try this.
Mm-hmm.
The most obvious straight line answer, where you've already been, where you would find what you were there for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
or find a reason to live fire exercise
Yeah,
this device.
they say lightning doesn't strike twice, but they've never said it
Flagrant
about
scientific
Mudmen.
untruth. I have heard that it is easier to insure a house that has been hit by a plane because statistically it will never be hit by a plane again. That is, of course, if you don't live next to an airfield. So, do you plan to meet at Wormslow and go somewhere together, or do you give Ellie the map pin for Skidaway Island?
So I think it's important to Artem that Ellie is not finding out the plan there.
Mm-hmm.
So whether we drive there together or not,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna say, "Let's meet at Wormslow."
Okay. So, you two make decent time to get there, assuming Ellie, you acquiesce to that as it is suggested. So the only question I'm going to ask is, do you give Julius any guff at the gate, or do you just try and make this as unceremonious as possible?
Anytime I try to make it unceremonious,
Mm-hmm.
he gives me grief. So I am gonna try to make it unceremonious, but we'll see what
Mm-hmm.
happens.
Okay. So you roll up, you roll down the window, or just lean enough to get eye line of whoever it is in front of the gate tonight. They look at you, they look at the car, the van in this case, and you have gussied up a little bit. The paint's a
Yeah.
little bit better. The wiring in the dash has been neatly tucked away as you have finally started to uh, rewire and then uh, refinish all the center console stuff. It's coming along at this point. Far cry from the uh, discovered wreck that it was when you first got it. It looks more like just a well used but well kept van. It's getting there. And it's starting to hide away some of the things that you have been tinkering away on, though it still requires quite a lot of work to turn it into the roving surveillance apparatus that you want it to be. But you're getting there. Julius looks at this. Time well spent.
Thank you, Julius.
Anything to declare?
I have some little electronic devices, but nothing.
Explain.
And Ellie will be like, "They're in this bag. May I grab them? Or may I grab the bag and show you?"
He'll wave you through the gate first and just have you sort of park off to the side, but it's with less of that adversarial tone of just like, let's just do this a little more discreetly away from the road. What is this?
They're little devices that you would track an animal with.
Are you planning to use those here, or is this for something else?
No, this is for something else. I'm meeting someone here, but I just want to declare them so that you're aware of what's happening.
I see. For my own peace of mind and those that employ me, I would ask that you leave those here and pick them up on your way out.
Okay, so if we, I might be leaving here in another vehicle, but I'll wave you down if I need to pick those up.
Understood.
And I'll leave those with Julius.
Mm-hmm. Do you see how easy it is when you're not adversarial at him, like right
I
out the
was
gate?
not adversarial.
Artem, when you get to the gate, you're just by yourself. Did you bring Chris to go on walkies around Wormslow, or?
Yeah, if she wants to go.
Okay. You told her where you're ultimately going, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't want her to go with you.
Not really. I want
Mhm.
to try and make this as frictionless as possible.
Okay.
But if she expressed serious interest, he'd be like, yeah, whatever.
She almost goes with you, but she stops. I think I'm just going to take the boat to Wormslow tonight.
Cool. You still got to show me how to drive that thing sometime.
Maybe tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Make it through whatever your bullshit is tonight and we can figure it out.
I'm not worried about me.
She looks you up and down and goes, yeah. You're very pretty. And she just sort of taps you on the chest and she walks away.
It's true. He is.
Once again, statistically, Artem is very pretty. So she gets into the speedboat and she heads off. Whether or not she's racing you is a different conversation. You go through the gates when you eventually get there. Is there anything you try to declare or anything that you attempt to communicate or hide from Julius?
Do you think I would have finished the steak by now?
Well, it depends on how hungry you're talking about a wooden steak, just so we're being very clear. Okay. Would you have really put that in the car with you?
I mean, it would be hidden, but yes.
Mm-hmm. So the question is, are you declaring it or not?
Oh, yeah.
You are.
Mhm.
Where are you putting it in the car?
We'll say one of the little like side containers, just kind of like put it in there,
In the door?
be in the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put a sweatshirt on top of it or something.
Mm-hmm. But despite this obfuscation, you are still declaring it when you get there.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. You do see Julia sort of burrow and squint in abject frustration. Mr. Yevik, please pull over to the side once you pass through the gate.
Sure.
Once you do, and the gates are closed behind you, he does walk up, and his hand is noticeably hovering over his hip, sort of resting on the holstered pistol, and he is leaning on the canopy of the car as he looks at you through the window. First of all, you know you're not going any further with that, right?
Of course.
And he does roll out a hand for you to take it for him to take it from
Mhm.
you. Next questions are very crucial.
Mm-hmm.
What's the intent?
Self-defense.
Mm-hmm. Here or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
I am not the arbiter of the traditions, but you are aware of how that could be perceived to walk around with one of these.
I suppose I hadn't thought about it completely.
Considering how specific that is to kindred kind, that can only be used for presumably one thing. You are telegraphing an intent. Perhaps you don't realize.
That is fair. Can I tell you what I think I'd use it for?
Please,
You're aware of the situation with the mudmen?
I am.
I want to see if it works on them.
And at that, he does have a very quizzical expression at first that does blossom into a bit of an incredulous smirk. Did you encounter one?
Yeah. Did you? You were here a couple nights ago, right?
I'm trying to remember exactly how that scene went. Was he
Yeah.
the one that engaged with the...
I don't know if we actually like role played that part.
Mm.
I would assume he was because he always is.
Did you
We
tell
were
him you
being
had
led
a
in by the
bottom?
sheriff, so
Right. Yeah. So maybe that was like above his pay grade.
No, but when you got to the gate, did you declare that you had like all body parts in the car?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna step back a little bit, and
Mhm.
it's like, so you think you're going to run into one again?
Now that I know it's possible, I'd like to be ready.
And you think those are going to work?
I don't know, but if it does, it would tell us something. You know what I mean?
It would, but are you prepared for the outcome that it doesn't work?
Oh yeah.
I wish you good hunting, but you're collecting this on your way out.
That's fine. Thank you.
I will be, of course, telling my superiors.
That works.
I do wish you luck. But I wish you were smart enough not to go after it. See me on your way out.
Will do.
And as you trundle on down the laneway, the row of moss-laden oaks, or elms, I suppose, you see Ellie is parked. Is Ellie waiting outside the van leaning against her or inside?
Ellie's leaning outside.
Okay. Go for it. As you roll up to Ellie where they're parked, take it from there.
Okay. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, I just need to go pick the I had to. I wanted to, just to be safe, declare my trackers over to Julius, because, well, you know. So we'll need to pick them up on the way to wherever we go. We taking your car or mine?
Hmm. I'll let you decide. I want to make sure you know what we're doing before we do it.
Okay. So what are we doing?
So we are going to take your trackers and here's my problem. I need to make sure I can trust you to act if things get bad, right? These things are
Okay.
monsters. I know you have this idea that we're going to catch one in a trap and we'll be able to plant it like that, but let's assume that doesn't work. I want to know I can still trust you in that scenario. Yeah.
And how are you proposing that you verify you can trust me?
We're going to plant your trackers on something dangerous. It'll be a
Interested.
controlled environment. I've dealt with these things since I've been here. But they can take a bite out of you.
Is it something that can take a very large bite out of me and
Yeah.
can be mistaken for a log?
Yeah. Alligators.
All right then. Above the table, Ellie is trying really hard not to freak out right now.
I'm gonna have you roll.
Yeah, figured.
Yeah. Manipulation and subterfuge versus Artem's perception empathy.
Perception.
Oh, I keep forgetting
empathy.
I don't have subterfuge. That's annoying. Okay.
Well, that goes up to a 7.
Oh, perception.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And Artem now has empathy after his long stint in the woods.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Ellie, you're not hiding this.
Oh, I know I'm not. I botched. So
Then it
I
doesn't
got
matter what
5.
Artem rolled. Yeah. This will come back to haunt you later.
Great. Cool.
Because I can't think of how you can fail this more than you already have. Other than... Actually, no, we're going to try something a little bit new.
Oh god.
You're going to tell me how Artem is able to read this on you.
Oh. It's kind of like in Ellie's head.
Mm-hmm.
In Ellie's head, they say great one time. But what actually comes out, and Ellie thinks like, okay, this is how I'm gonna say great, and it's gonna be one time and it's gonna sound so cool. But what Ellie thinks is a practice is actually being said out loud. So what you actually hear is great, 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 great.
Oh,
Great,
we're seeing the blue
great,
screen in real time is
great,
what's going on.
great, 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 great. Let's go. Are we ready to go? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, great. It's great.
Just Jake Peralta-ing everywhere.
19. So you can see why I told you before we went, yes?
Yeah, it's great.
20.
You can stop counting now.
You can stop saying great now.
So, is your did you take the truck to get here?
It would have been the I don't think Artem's allowed to take the truck.
No,
it was
that's
the
that's
Charger.
Alden's car, so you would be taking the Charger.
Okay. So, in that case, Ellie's probably thinking like, which of these two do you think is more off-road capable?
Let's go in yours.
Great. Great.
21,
Don't.
22.
Don't. Awesome. That's what we're gonna say. Amazing. Fantastical.
I'm counting those.
Supercalifragil.
That's 2. 27.
That not. All right. Well, we
So
have to
I'm
stop by
assuming
the-
you get in the van eventually.
Yes.
So you do head on down to the small watch post just inside the gate at the start of the grounds of Wormslow. And you pick up your items. Because you have declared them, they were not confiscated. You were simply voluntarily handed them over. That they are handed back with little to no fuss, though with a rather lifted brow from Julius. If he hadn't put 2 and 2 together earlier, he has now upon seeing both of you. Ellie, he does look at you. Ambitious going after big game. Let's hope it works out.
Thank you.
And he gestures you towards the gate and says nothing further.
I assume I see what was handed back to Artem.
You would.
Yeah.
Great.
So we'll get a few miles out. Oh no, we're not great anymore. we get a few miles out, and I just go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing we're gonna tell me is directions on how to get where we're going, and the second is thing. What the fuck are you doing with that?
I want to see if it works on the Mudman.
I thought we were testing this on alligators.
I'm not going to test a steak on an alligator.
Why are you? Why do you? What? Why? The only other person there is going to be me. Do I need to drive this off the road right now?
No. Ellie. I don't think I need a steak for you, bud.
Wow.
Not to be a dick, but like,
No, I'm used to having that said to me.
you could surprise me.
That's usually what I do. All right,
to know.
where are we going?
Gives them the address for where we found them the first time.
That would be on the edge of Skidaway Island. In the thicket of woods and marsh that cannot quite agree if it is part of the sort of peat bog of an ocean or an actual forest. And as you make that long, long drive there, with this uncomfortable notion of there being a stake involved, and now actual stakes in your endeavor, is there anything you'd like to discuss on the way there?
Is it just us for this?
Do you see anyone else?
Yeah, when you get underground at a certain point, you'll realize how much that saying doesn't really clarify anything.
No.
So, have you been exploring this area since you got here?
Yeah, just the once.
Good. What's your favorite color?
I don't think Artem's been asked that question in many, many years. Why?
Sorry, I didn't mean to break your brain with that. I just figured that was a something that could get the conversation with more than 2 words. Although technically it would only be just 1 word.
I'm not a big talker.
You continue to surprise me.
Blue.
Because of the ocean?
He almost says because of the flag, but he stops himself. Yeah, the ocean.
Now, here's something that Ellie would not know. Out of character. Would Artem have even seen an ocean prior to his embrace? He was very inland.
Yeah. I'm going to say no.
So I'm going to let you have the opposite of a roll, where Allie's going to be rolling perception and empathy. Artem will be rolling manipulation and deception, or subterfuge.
Oh, excellent. Both skills that I have.
What's the
Hey,
difficulty?
Just base 6. 1.
I did as well as I could have.
You know that that is a lie. What I'll give you with that, normally you're probably used to D&D where there's a little bit more of a full download to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, I'm not going to give that much detail. What I will say is there's no, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Martel, but there's no malice behind the lie. It's just keeping your cards close to your chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you do with that is up to you.
Thanks for asking. Mine's purple.
You're welcome.
I'm assuming the car ride passes with much of the same awkward exchanges and silence.
Yes.
Hmm. It makes me happy to be able to compare the end of last session with the companionable, easy silence on the docks of Wormslow between Kate and Belle and whatever the hell this is. These two people who are not scraping at one another, but at the same time, just not cohesive. At least not yet. All going towards doing a task. You, of course, cross all these little roads and causeways that spaghetti out in various directions that do eventually lead you out to the comparatively more isolated Skidaway Island. Most of it is um, a connective tissue to the rest of the not quite archipelago that are the surrounding land that connects to Savannah, but damn near. There's not a lot of civilization on all these little islands, but some are. Go one direction or the other, there is some fancier gated communities, but you're quite isolated from that at the moment. In fact, it gets very easily into your head that you could scream at the top of your lungs once you've parked, and no one will hear you unless they are driving by. And that stake is rather handy. Now, the question is, Artem, do you leave it in the van or do you bring it with you?
Um, well, no real sense in bringing it all the way out here and then having it in the car if something happens. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably just bring
Okay.
it.
So before you get out of the van, question for both of you. Do you text anyone, hey, this is where I am if you don't hear from me? This is why.
I think he
I
would have
think
told Chris already
Yeah,
where he was going. So
she
no.
knows explicitly where you are.
Mhm.
Did you put it in the group chat?
Hmm. Nah.
Okay. Ellie.
Ellie is probably turning on share location specifically to Lila's phone.
Hmm.
And does a text of like, "Hey, I'm sharing my location. Just in just in case I get lost and need a pickup."
Hmm. I will say that as you were checking this and your other location services would check on your phone, you would see that your uh, other tracking device is at the track.
Interesting. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Do you start walking into the woods?
Yeah, and Ellie's like loading one chip into the injector, and has a couple spare chips in case need to try again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I assume you begin wading through. Are you side by side or are you giving each other a little bit of space?
I think Artem will say, "Do you want me to flush one out?"
Yeah, it's probably best to get one
Okay.
out now.
Can you talk to animals?
Yep.
Okay. Don't, unless you have to, because you're not going to be able to talk to the mudman. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Did
I
you try
can
that
too.
before?
You know, I didn't, but I just don't think it would work.
Hmm. Ellie gets like lost in thought for a second and then
Mhm.
goes, "Right, let's flesh one out."
Okay. Think about what you're going to do. Because when that thing is coming, you're not going to have a lot of time.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Artem will turn around and sort of creep. Not into the water, but maybe the shallows.
Mm-hmm. Enough that his feet are getting wet.
Yeah. Looking for that
So,
telltale sign.
mm, so you're looking for that sort of snort, intake, exhale. It almost has like a scintillating hiss to it. I'd say you might need to lure it. Because even if one is there,
Mhm.
while they can be aggressive and territorial, they can also be patient.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, should we go ahead and roll for this?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
What is it
Graham,
you want to do? Oh, yes.
Ellie's gonna obfuscate.
Okay. In a way that, hey, I'm going to go invisible over here kind of thing, don't mind me, or is it just I don't trust this guy and poof?
It is. I am going to, like, Artem will clearly see Ellie going in, hiding in an area, and then we'll also see Ellie just kind of
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
fade from
So
existence.
you're trying to remove all sense of yourself from not just sight, but the wind. You're trying to erase yourself from something's perception.
Yeah.
Even if you are in the path of wind that would carry your scent, you're trying to just trick the mind into not seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Easily done. So this will make things easier for Artem.
Mhm.
So what exactly is it that you're trying to do?
So, initially, he's just going to see if he can get one in his eye line.
Mm-hmm.
If he can, he's going to uh, either lure it with blood, or maybe just throw a rock at it, try to piss it off. If he can't find anything,
Mm-hmm. Let's start with you luring.
yeah.
Pick one that you're going to do.
So the first step is, let's see if he can find one without
Okay.
any extra steps.
Can Artem see in the dark?
He can with Protean.
Does he have that level?
Yeah, that's level 1, man.
Okay then.
He does have to turn it on, but
Mm-hmm.
presumably he
Does
would
it
do
cost
that.
any blood to do so?
It does not.
Okay. So you close your eyes for a moment to shut everything out, and Ellie, seemingly for a moment, not existing anywhere near you, helps you focus, helps you empty your mind. When you open your eyes back up, it's almost like a form of infrared. It's not the true sort of gray or green scale, but things are beginning to have a more texture, more definition than you're used to seeing in the dark on its own. It's not quite daylight, it's more dim, like having a subtle overlay of the infrared over normal light. So we're going to have you roll perception And
Alertness.
either alertness or animal can, because
Ooh.
you're tuning this to animals right
I
now.
will take that one.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you roll this at. We'll go with a 5 because Ellie is helping, and your heightened senses here, while not true aspects, but seeing the dark is a rare skill.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a 7, but it is a 5 now.
Okay, sounds good. 3.
3. Okay. As you're going still in your toes, in your shoes, I'm assuming you didn't go barefoot.
Probably not.
Okay.
Wearing boots. We knew we were getting dirty.
Mhm. As these little subtle ripples ping and shoot back and forth across the surface of the water that normally you wouldn't notice in the dark. And the additional quasi-infrared almost act like competing pings. And you do get a little bit of that slight highlight in the water of a shape that is not just a log, but has life to it, motion. If there is anything
Gotcha.
else like fish or smaller creatures like snakes lingering by, you don't see them, as that becomes the beacon that overrides the rest of your attention right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that that's there. Now, what do you want to do about it?
Artem is going to prick in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just get out just a little baby bit of blood.
It would be far easier to use your own fangs to do so. They are
Sure.
specifically designed for that exact purpose.
Mm-hmm. He'll sort of let the scent catch the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will start retreating to where he knows Ellie is.
Now, you let it getting into the air. Do you sort of flick it across the top of the water just to have almost like a piece of candy?
That's the intention.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, at first, we're just
Getting it in the air.
there's something here,
Mm-hmm.
and then as he's backing out,
Mhm.
then he flicks it.
Okay. So you're trying to create a small trail of into the water, onto the shore, and a little bit across the actual open ground. Okay. I'm going to have you spend a point of blood for this.
Sounds good to me.
Now, Ellie, you do see that Artem is clearly attempting something. It is a lot harder for you to see what exactly is going on. Artem, I'm going to have you do one final roll.
Okay.
And because you're trying to lure an animal, you're trying to trick it, I'm going to have you do manipulation and animal ken.
Okay. What are we rolling at?
Based on what you rolled before, I'm going to keep it at 5.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we have done this a couple of times. So that's that's good. Oh, okay. We did get a 1. So we got 2.
You get 2? Okay. That's enough. If it was just one success, this might not be as smooth. As this Nort hiss crests the surface of murky water, the displacement ripples out audibly. There's that splash of water that is hitting not just dirt, but mud, muck, and rock. And a shuffling of a lurching body coming ashore. You can't quite see it yet until just a little bit of moonlight dapples across its uneven scales. The thick hide of armor. And it moves far, far faster than most people realize once it's on land. And it does begin to charge. Artem, you have its attention. Ellie, you have a job to do.
How close by me does it pass?
You're not quite in the path as much as you were trying to get out of the way. So it would almost have to be walking down towards it. But you are presently obfuscated.
Right. I'm saying, is it like going to be passing by me within arm's reach?
No,
or
you're going to have
gonna
to.
have to go through. Okay. So I am. One of the things I want to like speedily do is, assuming the top portion is very much not what we're going for, I would want to get something towards. Well,
this depends on what you're trying to test.
I should probably test how much this tracker can puncture.
Because you know that Kindred and Kindred-esque can be quite durable.
Yeah, so I should probably be testing this on the hardest surface. As Lila says, practice on hard mode.
There you go.
Great. So the maneuver I'm going to try to do is run from behind it, inject it, back away, and re-obfuscate.
Okay.
In the hopes that by the time it turns around, it doesn't know what actually attacked it.
So we're going to do this in a couple of stages here. So Artem, what is it that you're going to do as it's charging you? Are you trying to run, or are you attempting to wrestle that gator?
So the hope is that we don't get to the wrestling stage.
Okay.
But
so you want to keep away from it.
I want to keep away from it, but he's not running. He's definitely still facing it, because his get out of jail maneuver here is going to be feral
So in
whispers.
the meantime, you are trying to keep its attention on you. You're effectively trying to kite it.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to have you roll anything right now because you've rolled quite a bit and pretty well so far. So we're just going to have Ellie, because you have its full attention. We're just going to have Ellie do a... I'm going to recommend you spend some blood.
Oh, I was planning to.
You'll probably want to spend some willpower.
Oh, I'm planning to. You're just doing what the default Smuggles is panicking moves are going to be, so we're all good. Don't worry.
We're gonna have
all
you do
those are already
rolls.
happening. Great.
Yeah. So this is going to the first one's going to determine how hard the second one's going to be.
Great.
So first one is going to be Dex and Stealth.
Great.
To creep up on this thing. I will... because the gator's attention is on Artem and you are obfuscated, I'm going to drop this to a 5. To a 4, actually.
Banking.
See what happens when you trust another person. 5 successes. Okay. You were able to get right up to this thing, but that's the easy part. You have to get through all that scaly hide. And you are not a strength build.
Says you, who has seen my character sheet.
So now is the hard part. Because you need to be able to drive this thing into all of that armor and reach flesh, or at least something soft enough that it's going to stay there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to have you roll for the actual attack because I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. It's pretty easy to hit something that big, especially when its attention is not on you. What you are going to do is strength and melee.
Cool.
Do you have melee?
Of course I don't.
Okay. So this will be at a 7. Now you spent blood to up your...
I already spent blood
okay.
before, so...
Do you want to spend another willpower?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck.
One success with the willpower.
I was worried about that.
You want to know how many die I rolled?
Yeah. So... something that I haven't been revealing to you all is that there are many roles where I require you to get multiple successes. This would be one of them. So while you do get through, here's the complication. Your hand is still attached to the device. The plunger is in the gator, and you are being dragged towards Artem as the thrashing begins.
Great.
So now this armored tumbleweed is barreling towards you, Artem. As it screams, and the gator equivalent of a growl of rage and pain fills your ears, not unlike when the mudman screamed in your face and turned you into a complacent statue for a moment. And we're going to end there for tonight.
Nice.
Oh, what? Oh, wait. Oh, hang on.
Hell
Why
yeah,
don't
dude.
we just know that it all works out?
Well,
We
that's not
just-
what we do here.
Okay. Cool.
Find out next week how this goes for them.
Yeah.
So you can check our Discord for when any updates in our schedule happens. But otherwise, we will be back here next Wednesday to find out how this particular rodeo pans out. Thanks everyone for tuning in. See you next week.